Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues. Hello.
I love that shirt.
Thank you. It's actually old. I bought it like a long time ago and I never wear it.
You know what? White looks good on everybody. Like more people.
Not everybody.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what. No, because I learned this. And there's this woman, Margaret Brennan, that I watch on TV, like whatever, Face the Nation woman. And they say that you'll know what color you are, whether you're a warm or a cool, when you put in front of you two t-shirts, a cream color and a white color. And whichever lights you up, then those are your colors. So
white
for me,
lights me up.
Right. Because you, even though you're darker, you have the same like pink undertones. You're not truly olive. You're not.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I identify as olive. My pronouns are all and live.
I like to call you Ollie for short.
Ollie. I olive you. Olive you. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to get into that.
It's basic.
So
because I've heard it 50,000 times afterwards. It's like,
I know it's
everybody
stupid.
either stole it or you didn't come up with it, or
it's
something
so dumb.
like that.
Anyways,
just like honey lavender lattes. Basic.
Yeah, they're honestly not that good. Anyways,
they're not that good.
Backstory: I had a boyfriend who, like, in the beginning of our relationship, didn't want to say "I love you," so he said "all of you."
No, okay. Olive juice, Beba.
Oh, olive juice, olive juice. I forgot. Okay, olive juice.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I am Beba Stapleton. This is my mom, Anna Quincoses Stapleton.
Do you know that you should have given Lola my last name like in the middle or something, because my brother decided not to spread his seed, and now my father's name will die.
No, it won't.
Who's going to have a Quincoses around here?
We'll do a Quincoses. In the middle, maybe, if I have another one, which I'm probably not going to.
Right.
Feels like a one and done, especially based off of this week, which let's get into highlights and lowlights.
Why? What did she do? Did you see my post where she called me mama?
Oh my God, it's so cute. I'll go first. My lowlight.
You're getting a little skanky with your outfits. I like it though.
This is a sports bra top.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you.
Your arms are so skinny.
It's just a sports bra top, because if I put on...
it's just a sports bra. These are just my boobs.
But you can't really see my boobs that much.
Like, no, it's just, there's a little side boob going. Beba, I love it.
Okay, well, it sounded like you were being judgmental, so I needed to
No, I'm not judgmental.
I'm
not judgmental. There's other people that are judgmental to you in this family, and it ain't me.
Well, okay. Because that's actually true. That's true.
I remember being your agent. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll go first. My low light is just that Lola has not been sleeping because she's been teething like crazy. She has like 3 more teeth coming in, and she's
doing everything kind of early.
No, not really.
You don't think so?
No, I have a friend who has like a baby who's almost a year old who has
born
like
with teeth.
8 teeth, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Lola's stuff has been coming in. It's not normal. It's not like bad or whatever. It's just like it's happening now.
I just tell myself that she's more advanced than everybody.
I know. But yeah, it's really like you forget that sleep is important. It is. It just is.
For you?
For everyone,
or for them, for everybody,
for everyone involved. Like for her, obviously, because she's developing, blah, blah, blah. But when I'm not sleeping or John Liam's not sleeping, like your fuse is this.
Are you being mean to her?
No,
I will go
mean
pick her
to
up.
Everybody else.
Okay.
That's the issue. And I'm just
that's
like,
fine. That's fine.
But the last 2 nights she slept really well. But last night I had a dream that John Liam died. And I seriously woke up and there were tears on my face. It was so horrible. And then John Liam woke up and he goes, I just had the worst dream of my life.
That I died.
What was it? And he's like, I don't even want to talk about it. Isn't that weird?
Okay, but is it that he died?
I don't know.
Okay, he better not tell you. It's better not to. That doesn't mean anything.
Nope. Yeah, it was really bad. Anyways, that's my low light.
Just forget all the bad stuff. Forget all the bad stuff. Whenever I have anything bad in my head, it's like I click my heels and go, no, I think of... You remember the Lola video that you did for TikTok where she's like Little Mermaid
Yeah,
That Alec Egan was like, he sent me a message, goes, this is fucking incredible.
it is. It's so
And all
funny.
the time I just think that I want to be where the people are,
Yeah.
just like her little feet. And then I get in a good mood.
She's so cute. Okay, well, my highlight, this is a highlight for both of us. Today is our 50th episode.
Oh, awesome.
Today
And it's
is
before
50.
I turned 50.
I know. How incredible is that?
That's so cool.
Happy 50th.
Congratulations. Happy 50th.
Congratulations to you.
Even know. Don't elaborate on that. I
don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I meant.
I don't either. I don't either.
50 episodes of the podcast. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
We probably would have gotten there sooner if I didn't take a maternity leave, but
That's
we're
okay.
at 50 now.
But look what you brought into the world during this. How many people have created that kind of content? Nobody.
Yeah. Lola is just content.
She's just content.
I birthed content.
Yeah.
So that's my
future
highlight.
content. You're not really exploiting her that much yet,
but
but we will.
I don't want to.
No, I'm kidding.
Really not into
I
it.
actually saw this documentary on like influence and some crazy woman that started fostering children, and she created this thing, and she was making like $700,000 a year on YouTube because she had this show with all her whatever, and then she kept them in closets, didn't feed them for days. All of them were pull-ups until they were 7 or 8 years old. Yeah.
No, I don't like that.
Well, they arrested her finally, and then she died in prison because she was like 700 pounds.
That's really scary.
It's so dark.
Well, I even had a friend come over the other day and we were talking about the podcast and like growing it and all this stuff. And he was like, Lola is such a big part of your brand. And he's like, you should go live at a birthday party. And I was like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Well, look, all.
Honestly,
she's a part of my life. And I want to share my life.
Of course.
She's not I'm not trying to
no, it's you. She's just part of you.
I'm not doing any of that. That's a really scary
I've been criticized forever that when I go see you guys, I don't post content. I don't post whatever. And it's like, that's my time. That's for me. It's not that I don't want to share it. It's just that I don't want to stop for a second and take a video about it.
Yes.
And then you miss out.
It's a lot. And I think people are also mean. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like that to be the whole thing. But I'm so obsessed with her that it's how can I not post photos of videos?
That's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it's not part of my quote unquote brand. Anyways. Yeah. 50th episode is my highlight. My other highlight is I cut my layers last night and I did a good job.
Look. Yourself?
Yeah. Just this part. It was down to here. And I was my face is falling, when you're
right.
And I did a good job. Really proud of
myself. You did a good job. Yeah.
And I did it kind of high. So
I was
no, I was doing it. I go, I know I shouldn't be doing this high. And I did it anyways. And it came out good. So that's my highlights. What are yours?
I have I don't know what I have some lowlights, but nothing. I'm sorry. You know how I feel about that stuff.
Okay. If you don't want to do a lowlight, you don't have to do a lowlight.
I don't do a lowlight. I have just reminded this week of, lots of things, lots of blessings, lots of good things, work, family, everything. It's all good. There's some things that are not great, but
yeah, but not enough to talk about.
No, I refuse. I refuse to focus. And then if I talk about it, I focus on it, and it's just blips in the radar.
I think that's kind of the way to go. I like to talk about them.
Well, because you're younger, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Come closer to your mic. I want to hear if you're actually talking, if it works.
No, it is. I hear it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm talking. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So I don't know if you saw you did see it because you reposted it. I posted on our Instagram that I'm so bored by Bravo and celeb news. And I feel like a lot of people are. I got a lot of DMs being me too, because I'm just over it. I want to talk a little bit about New Jersey because it was the final reunion and it was explosive. And then we're going to do questions that people asked, submitted.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, let's get into Bravo bullshit. Let's talk about New Jersey Part 3 reunion.
Deedle.
I texted,
Deedlegate.
Yeah, I texted you this already, but Louis scares me deep into my soul.
Well, I said that the day I met him, the day I saw him first on camera.
He's something else. Something else.
It makes me sad because she is you know, you might not know, you're not too young to know, but she's like Tammy Wynette on steroids, and people that are my age will know Tammy Wynette is the woman that sang the song "Stand by Your Man," you know, and like she is Stand by Your Man to another level. She shoots first and asks questions later, and it's endearing and terrifying at the same time. You know, the fact that she didn't get a prenup, the fact that he's twisted. You know,
He's
there was a part
twisted.
that Joe Gorga looked at him and goes,
Twisted.
"You look like the Joker. Like, it's really bad Botox." So what happens is that this is why I don't like Botox. You know, remember
It's
many years
Botox
ago?
and filler because it's like
Oh no, yeah,
puffy,
exactly,
puffy and
exactly.
frozen.
Right. But like one time, you guys, I didn't want to tell you. It was like we were
I
living in the other
remember.
house. I mean, many years ago, and you go, "When you laugh, you look crazy. What did you do?" And that
Yeah.
was it for me. You
Yeah.
know, because it's like,
No, you
and
looked
so
crazy. Do you think
yeah,
maybe you did it with somebody who didn't know what they were doing?
no, it's
Are you
just
sure?
well, yeah, I'm positive. Here's the thing: it has to do with your face. So I
Yeah.
have a very like one brow, you know, is higher than the other naturally, and my whatever muscle does something, so it's very hard to get it exactly. I'm sure somebody
Mm.
super trained.
Yeah.
You know, I did it once with Dr. Wolf, who I think is the best, and I actually think that it's great to have but you know, like somebody that knows what the inside of your face looks like, an actual surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To do that, because they know exactly, you know, Delilah's pretty good to, it's me. I don't like the look,
Yeah.
you know, I
It's
don't
not
like the
for
look. I
you.
believe in facelifts. I don't believe in,
Yeah.
not that I've done it, but I will. Um,
But yeah, Louis, I think he's done a lot of stuff to his face. I think he looks crazy. It wasn't even, obviously, it's his face, but it's who he is. He was
it's
saying,
hideous.
just a matter of time, Joe. Your day is
Just a minute.
coming.
Your
It's
day is
like,
coming. It's like, I just want to be friends. I'm going to get you.
those are
Like,
like he's
yeah,
threatening him,
he
like
is
openly
threatening him.
threatening him. And it was what Joe Gorga was saying. He was like, you go up and down so quickly. He's like, no, 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 yeah, 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 you're fine, you're fine. Your day is coming, Joe. I'm gonna get you. And it was like, whoa, pick one. Are you gonna be
Exactly like
Jekyll
that.
or Hyde?
Yeah, he is completely out of control. It is really sad and
It
dark.
is.
I think they're going to get rid of Melissa and Margaret, possibly,
Wow.
but I do think they're going to get rid of Melissa because I don't think they can coexist. I don't think we as viewers want to see them together anymore, and
No, we definitely
I,
don't.
I don't think it's fair. You
But
know,
but don't you
uh,
think that with the Louis of it all and how scary and like weird he
they
is, that they would remove Teresa because they don't want
no.
the Louis part
What do
of
they want? What
Teresa?
do they want? They want to see Teresa come up, happy, happy, happy love bubble, and come crashing down because it fucks with our emotions and our empathy and our rage and all this stuff. And that means what? Ratings. So they have a more,
Spoken like a true network
anybody can
exec.
see this coming. Anybody can see this coming.
It's really
So
sad.
we're going to have to see that whole thing, her covering it up. This is Joe Judice part 2, but worse.
Mhm.
So it's sad, but I don't think that they're going to, maybe they'll downgrade Melissa to a friend so that she can have some scenes with her other people. I don't know.
I listen, I Melissa is like the normal one between Melissa and Teresa, but at the same time, like at the reunion, Melissa not letting Teresa talk to her brother was
Well,
an
you know
issue
why?
too.
You know why?
It made it
Because, and
worse.
I don't love Melissa. I'm ambivalent about her. Uh, she's held it in for 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
now it's
actually
like the
true.
gig is up. You don't like me. I don't like you. I'm just going to say it. I've been holding this in too long,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
fair.
But you
That's
could tell
true.
that she's afraid of this ending. I know exactly how much money they make, you know? It's a lot of money. No, I do know exactly how
Oh,
much money
like
they make.
on the show, you're saying.
They make, yeah.
Got it.
Teresa makes $89,000 per episode, and Melissa makes $79,000 per episode. Think about it, 20 episodes. We're talking almost $2 million.
It's a lot.
What skill do those two women have where they could ever
Fighting.
make that kind of money again? None. So it's scary. It's scary to lose that, especially when you've had it for so long.
Yep.
So I think that we'll see what happens, but I don't love what Bravo is doing, honestly. And I really, don't have any skin in the game, so I don't care about saying it. I don't want a world where, and I've heard this already, where an 8-year-old girl goes, when I grow up, I want to be a real housewife. You know, we're
Mm,
talking about the future is
that's
female, the
great.
future is fucking housewives. I mean,
No, no,
no.
no. Well,
And
that's
so
what I'm
as
saying. I think like the Housewife Bravo stuff, like I think it's turning into TLC, and I don't watch anything on TLC
I
because of
know,
the darkness of it. Of like,
yeah,
no, I don't want to see your whole entire house filled with like stuffed animals because you can't get rid of any because you're a hoarder of stuffed animals. That makes me really sad. And it's
yeah,
not my life. I don't know. And I think it's turning into that with Housewives. It used to be a show about these women, these women in their like 50s, 40s, 50s, sometimes 60s,
right,
doing crazy stuff, having fun, getting along, going
right.
on trips. And then every once in a while, yes, there was some tension because bitches be fighting, you know?
Well, let me tell you something that Sam Warner kind of uh
Who's Sam Warner?
Warner Brothers, one of the Warner Brothers,
Oh, got
and
it.
I believe that it was him that, or they coined the term because of some movies he used to make, and it's called hag exploitation, and meaning
Mm,
hag like older desperate actresses.
yeah.
Usually it's a term that's discussed when dealing with the horror film genre, but I think Andy is taken hag exploitation to another level, and he realizes
Mm.
that as women get older, aging beauties or women who feel they have this tiny window, who didn't accomplish anything in their life, and now it's like a run to the finish because they're, I don't know, they're fighting death
One last
and
resort.
gravity,
Yeah.
and they get desperate, and
Yeah.
the desperate makes for good TV, but I think he overshot, and the desperateness has made for really kind of sadness, tragic, and women doing
It's
whatever.
well, it's turned into that. I think in the beginning it wasn't that, and it was something to be like, I think we were like, this is amazing that people are interested in watching middle, quote unquote, middle-aged women, on
But
TV
now
and
we've gone
stuff.
from middle-aged women to menopausal women. Like there's a difference, Beba,
Yeah, but
because
that's
when you,
fine. It's not that. It's the
no,
fact
it's
that they
fine.
feel the need to create
But why does,
drama to stay
right?
on our TV screens for a
But you don't
job.
know what happens to a woman physiologically and mentally when they hit menopause.
Yeah.
All your human growth hormone drops, your estrogen drops, you feel dried up, you don't
Yeah.
feel dried up, literally, and what's,
Physically,
no, God,
mentally,
what's the other,
emotionally, spiritually.
and some of them have the beginnings of Alzheimer's. Um, Metaphorically, it's not, that's not the right word I'm looking for, but in every way you feel like the end is near, and you don't
Mm.
feel the same, and it makes, I almost killed, you know an ex-boyfriend of yours when I went into surgical menopause in my early 40s when I had a hysterectomy.
Yeah,
This is true.
this is
Um,
true.
yeah, so I see it. I see it. I, recently, was in the vicinity of something like this, and I was like this.
Yeah,
It was just the most, it was so sad to me.
bitches
It
be
was so sad.
fighting.
The one thing Leah says, and I agree, I'm quoting Leah, but Leah said that these shows used to be about fabulous aspirational
Yeah,
women
that's what I'm
living their
saying.
lives in amazing cities. And
It's
it
not
is
that anymore.
nothing
But
that like that anymore.
I think that's why I said on last week's episode, like that's why I feel like I'm growing out of it because I think consuming so much of that is like dark,
It's
and you
toxic. Yeah,
are
it
what
is
you
dark.
consume. You are who
Absolutely.
you hang out with. You are what you eat, whatever. All that stuff is true. It makes up who you are, and it's like I don't want any of that to seep in a way that like
That
informs
affects
how
you,
I
that
live
then
my
will affect
life.
your daughter. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? I am
So
telling you, I've seen little girls that say that this is what they want to be.
it's
They no
really
longer
that's
want to be an
really bad.
astronaut or Rihanna or Beyonce. A lot of them want to be influencers
Those are
and
your
real
only choices,
housewives.
by the way. If you don't want to be Rihanna, Beyonce, or
Well,
an
I'm just giving you an
astronaut, I
example.
don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you. Be
Or
an influencer.
whatever, or whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
yeah,
I couldn't
kind of
agree
tragic.
more. Okay, let's get into the questions. We have some interesting questions. Some are a little deeper than others,
Okay.
but we'll start.
You
I
want
guess
to
we'll
start deep, from deep to light?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's do
think that's the
that. So
best way to
because
go.
we have more time up on the top. Um, okay. Okay, there's one that's a little crazy. Childhood slash teenage slash young adult traumas, mother daughter edition. I guess they're asking like stuff that
Cheat?
trauma,
Yeah, but what
child,
the
childhood,
child?
teenage, young adult traumas.
Okay.
I honestly can give you in childhood, teenage, and young adult between you and I the
Yeah.
trauma.
And I could say my childhood, teenage, and young adult before you guys existed.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
I'm sure
but
you
we
can
all
give us
have them.
multiple. I know.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'll give you some because it's between you and I. Okay.
Yeah.
Childhood trauma between my mom and I. When I was in elementary school, I may have told the story on the podcast, but I'll tell it again.
Jesus Christ, you're not going to talk American Girls again, right?
Yeah, I am. When I
Jesus
was in elementary
Christ.
school, I had a what's it called? A
Show and tell.
show and tell at school, and I was
Literally and
so.
figuratively. Sorry.
What do you mean?
When I was saying literally
Oh,
and
you found the
figuratively,
word.
it's
Got
just
it. Got it.
yeah, I would
It
go crazy
came
if
to
I didn't.
you.
Yeah.
Um, we had a show and tell, and I was so excited for it because it meant that I was going to go in front of it. It wasn't even about what I was going to show and tell. It was about me going up in front of the class and being like, here I am.
Public
Have you
speaking,
ever
yeah.
seen anything like this before? So I wanted my hair to be straight when I was in front of the class. And me, my cute little brain as a kid thought, when my hair is wet, it's straight. So all I have to do is keep it wet. So I basically stayed
You
up
know,
all
this
night.
calls from a Jeff Lewis viewer, but go ahead. I mean, this question.
I was spraying my hair basically all night. I like didn't sleep because I was spraying my hair with like a little squeegee thing, and then like woke up in the morning, whatever. My hair was straight, wet but straight. I bring my little American Girl doll to the table.
But you took forever
I took
to come
forever.
downstairs.
Right?
Yeah.
Which
Like every day.
so I deserved
you did
it?
that every day, and this day
So
was
what
the
you're
worst.
saying is I deserved it.
No, I'm not
But I
saying that.
hear-
I'm just trying to find an excuse for my
What you
horrible.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
So I go downstairs and I'm like feeling like a million freaking bucks. Yes, I'm late to breakfast, but it is what it is, baby. And I don't know what caused all of this, but I sit down to eat my breakfast and my mom pours a glass of orange juice on my motherfucking head.
If you explain it like that,
But mommy,
do you
what
understand?
else?
There was something between that and, you know what I mean? Like you were in a pissed off mood. You were just being a
Again,
little, you
and
know,
I
whatever.
deserved it. So I deserved
No,
it.
you did not deserve it. You did not
But
deserve it.
it truly rocked my world. And I still think about it to this day. I can
know.
like bring myself to that moment of being whatever. And I was just like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah. Look, I'm not proud. There's a lot of things I'm not proud of. There are many more things that I am proud of as a mother. We are not, no, serious. We don't, we're not infallible. I've fucked up a lot, but I think I've done a lot of things right. And I think that you and your sister are a prime
Sure.
example of that. But that like your own, everything that you grew up with informs what you do as a parent. And so I tried not to repeat a lot of the things. And I didn't have a bad childhood or anything, but I had so many hangups of my own. I was overweight, you know, as a baby, as a whatever, you know, not as an adolescent because they put me on Weight Watchers. My mother put a lot of focus
pressure
on
and
weight. It was very
still
important.
does, by the way,
I
because
didn't do. Yeah, I know. She told you Lola's fat.
No,
No.
and beyond that, when I was pregnant, she was like, you need to calm down. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a Chinese thing. It's a whatever. It's her own. She also
she
was
had
brought
her
up
own
by
shit.
horrible people.
Exactly.
They were horrible people. My parents were great. She is just a product of her environment. She knew I didn't want to be fat, but at the same time, you stuffed my face when I was a baby and created all these fat cells in me. So, you know, there's just a lot of that.
So
but
because
I didn't do that with you guys. Yeah. Like the one thing you guys never had any weight issues. I didn't deprive you of any food. I didn't, whatever.
Mommy, how does this have to do with what I just told
What
you?
I'm trying to explain to you is that, you know, like I tried to focus on all the things I didn't want to do and mistakes I didn't want to repeat. And I had a lot of pressure on me. You know now what it's like to have one child. I had 2 kids in 11 months, and I worked, whatever, and I was pissed off. And you were not. You were born,
I didn't fall in line the way you wanted.
No, you didn't fall in line in any way ever.
Yeah, and that frustrated you.
Your sister was always like, she did the right thing. I'm not saying that she's better than you, except she is, but other than, no, I'm kidding. But she was easier. And you were like, I come down when I want.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not affected by time.
And you
This is
couldn't
what I'm going to
handle
do.
that because you
There
were
was one day
trying.
that I was poof, done.
Do you think that if you had Gati and you did the Gati stuff, like I'm sure you wanted more than one kid, probably, right? If you had waited the allotted amount of time of like, okay, now I think I'm ready, maybe I'm ready to do it again, and it not be this accident that happened so quickly, whatever. Do
Yes.
you feel that you would have been more like, okay, I have this under control? Like, not
I
not
think
that
it's
not that you
that. And
fucked up a lot, but just saying,
no,
like, do you think you would have felt more
yeah.
balanced as
And
a
I
mom?
also, right. And I also expect a lot of myself as a woman, not only as a mother. And I wanted to succeed in my career. I
Right.
had a
You had a
law
lot.
practice. I had really a third child in your dad, like that I had to take care of there. He
We
was
all
just
do. If
too
you're
nice a guy.
heterosexual,
Right.
your husband is
And
your
I
child.
wanted that to excel so that I could give you guys, we could give you the best life. But I also wanted to be just like all the moms that were stay-at-home moms and didn't miss a play, a field trip, a thing, bake the cookies, all
That's a
that
lot
stuff.
of
And guess
pressure.
what? You
Can't do
can't
it
do
all.
all that. So I
No.
wanted you to have whatever, but at some point you break. And that's what I did. I didn't beat the shit out of you. I didn't whatever. I poured orange juice over your head. I regret it, especially since it had such an effect on you. But yeah, I think, you know, for the person who's asking, if that's your childhood trauma, okay.
Oh
You
no,
know what I'm saying?
that's the childhood. They're still teenage and young adults. But do you want to say I'm
Oh, okay.
sorry?
Huh?
Do you
Yes,
want to say
I'm
I'm sorry?
sorry. I have, yeah.
I don't know. You're just like, I'm actually a really good mom, and there's a lot of things that I've done right. It's like, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. Do
because
you
I
want
feel
to
like
say
I
I'm
have to,
sorry?
whatever. No, I am so sorry for that. I think of you with your lashes going like,
I just imagine
why?
doing it to Lola, and
No,
it's
I
like,
know
I
it's
would
horrible,
never.
but
I would
hello,
never.
you were like 7 or 8 years old, a little entitled, little like,
A
you
sassy
know,
girl.
you were,
You put water on my flame.
yeah,
You put
yeah.
out my flame that day.
Yeah, but boy, did it self-ignite. It was one of those birthday candles that just keep coming back. You're impossible to
Surprise, bitch.
extinguish. You're impossible to extinguish. But yes, I do regret it because but I mean, I didn't slap you, I didn't hit you, I didn't whatever.
Yeah.
There are worse things.
Okay,
It's
I know.
orange juice,
Listen,
but it is still an assault. It's the unlawful
it is.
touching
You're
with something.
you are
Yes, I'm making
trying.
excuses.
You are, but it's
Yeah,
okay. Teenage trauma is just the time that you
that
called the
wasn't me.
cops on me, and then this third. But no,
I will stand by that for the rest of my life.
I'm sure you
You
will.
had a
We're not.
toxic boyfriend who was abusing you
Mhm.
mentally,
We're
and
not
I
going to talk about the
suspect
teenage
physically,
trauma.
and you will never admit it, but I know he
I think
I
we've
wanted him
talked
to.
about that time, so I'm gonna brush over it.
Okay,
Also,
so then you should have
I
skipped
also
over it.
don't really want to relive it. It's Friday. I'm trying to have fun.
Okay.
Young adult trauma. I will say this is funny. Not trauma. It's just a funny story of like you're psycho.
Oh
So
yeah,
when I first moved to
I admit
LA,
it.
like fully moved to LA, I had an internship my junior year at
At
E
E.
News, which by the way, that was a really big deal for me. I
It
loved
was a
E
big deal.
News. My dream was to be the Juliana Rancic of E News one day. I was studying broadcast journalism, whatever, all this stuff. And I applied for this E News internship. They told us like thousands of people applied and only 2 got it. It was me and this girl, Hannah. Shout out Hannah. She's still a good friend of mine. Anyways, when I really first moved to LA, my mom, took me, like we went on the plane together. She took me, we got settled in, blah, blah, blah. The day that she left, it was like that night she left and I went to sleep. I had the AC unit on in the room. I had
Oh,
my
but we
phone.
gotta say all the things I did before you left, like the
Oh,
things
yeah, yeah,
for the
yeah.
doors and all that.
Yeah, there's like these things that you can put under a door, like a stick, that it's almost like putting a chair under. So if somebody tries to get through, they
Mhm.
can't. We did
I
it on
got you
every
2 of them.
door. Like
Yeah,
my
or
mom
2 or
was
3.
terrified. This is the first time, by the way, I'm ever like somewhere else, like living
God, I'm
somewhere
such a
else.
horrible mom. This is horrible.
No,
Tell me what horrible thing I
this
did
is
before.
so nice. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
like, just to give you context, like, we both were scared, like I was scared of living alone. You were scared of dropping me off across the country, going back on a plane, whatever. So I guess you forgot about time change because it was like 6 or 7 a.m. in LA. So it was like 10 a.m. in Miami. And you call me because it was my first night alone. You call me.
And I was
and
also afraid that you were gonna be late for. Oh,
no, I don't think I had work the next day. Whatever.
oh, okay. Yeah, I
It
didn't
was
know
not
anything.
about that. No excuses. Okay.
No, I was freaked out.
You call me. My phone is on vibrate. Again, the AC unit is on in the room, so it's loud, whatever. I'm dead asleep. I wake up to a knock on the door. And again, first day in LA, I'm like, I know no one here. Why is somebody knocking on the door? That's scary. So I like peek, I wake up, I peek through the curtain. It's the police. And so I open the
Beverly
door
Hills Cops.
and I'm like, hi. And he was
No, you
like,
didn't. You said my mom, right?
no, I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
said, I had no idea. I didn't even look at my phone because I had a knock on the door. I opened the door and they're like, are you Beba or whatever? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you need to call your mom. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, sir, thank you. Close the door, go to my phone. I have 70 something. I remember 70 something missed calls from my mom.
What a
And in
horrible
that
mother.
moment, the phone is ringing and I pick up and you're like, like screaming, freaking out. And I go, you are psycho.
Right.
Do not call me again.
Okay.
And I didn't
And
talk to you
that
for
makes
like
me
a
a
week.
horrible. Oh, that makes me a horrible mother.
Mommy, I'm not saying that you're a horrible mother. This is a young adult quote unquote
Beba,
trauma,
you know
not
what?
a trauma.
If we talk about all the shit you did when you were there that I didn't know about, that I found out, 10 years later, I freak out. But
You do.
that's not the point. Right, right.
But it's not about you being a bad mom. It's about you having this really deep desire for control and like needing to know everything all the time.
It wasn't control, it's keeping you safe and alive.
And at that time, we had never been away from each other like that and that far away. And I understand your concern.
Okay, so let
I'm
me
just saying you took it to a level.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so here's the thing. I you developed early on. You were never aware of your own sexuality or your own beauty and all this stuff. You did not notice that every time you walked in a room, people's jaws dropped. This happened. Like, I remember the day when people stopped looking at me altogether. You know what I mean? Like, we would be together and it's like, okay, I'm,
chop liver.
And it was like, you
jealous.
were, no, I've never been,
Just kidding,
that's not true. I just said, oh my God, she's ill-equipped to understand what's happening. And when you guys went to debate camp, this is separate, at Emory, where people you were like, I'm going to go with my Walkman or iPod, whatever it's called, not Walkman, whatever it was at the 2000s,
time. Bitch.
Okay. And go running. You didn't realize that you're running in little shorts with those legs, with those boobs, with whatever. You were going to get murdered. So that was years before. What are you going to do in LA? Yeah. And thank God we found a place that was a little bungalow right off Wilshire in Beverly Hills. But when you walked in, it had a little thing and it had these huge hedges, right? Where all the murderers and rapists could hide, And this is what I told myself.
You're dead.
And so I left everything.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. So I hope people will tell you, your poor mom, she just, I would die if something happened to you.
Of course. And I'm just saying, you take it to an extreme. I think everything you do is probably what I would do, but you push it. You excel.
I have a feeling that one and the boyfriend one, you would do exactly the same way or worse. With Lola. Maybe worse. Like, I think you would have actually killed the guy.
No, dude, I'm therapized. It's different. Okay, well, let's do another question.
God, thanks for that question.
You said you wanted to start dark or deep, go lighter. Okay. Would you ever, it says, would you, like capital YOU, which
that
feels
means
like
you.
Me, but
yeah,
the question doesn't make sense. Actually, it does. Would you ever be on a reality show again if the opportunity presented itself? But I was not really.
No, you were. No, it's about you.
I don't think so. No, because John Liam is really private, and I like we were talking about with Lola and stuff. Like, I don't think I want to put. The world is scared. Reality TV is just different now. I think if it was like 2014 and it's like, yeah, why not? But I don't think so. It's not for me. I don't want to expose my life in that way.
Even Instagram didn't exist. There was only Twitter.
Yeah.
So it was kind of,
there's also,
it was a different thing. No, nothing. Yeah.
It's too much. Is it, this is from you. Is it hard being the daughter of someone so extraordinary? Yes, it's actually very hard.
Nepo baby.
What did your first relationship teach you about love?
Yours?
Well, let's do you, because I answered the other one. What did
Oh,
your first relationship teach you
my
about love?
first relationship was with a guy named Ruben. He was my first boyfriend.
Ruben.
Yeah. And um, my first relationship with love told me I didn't love myself enough.
Ooh,
You
hit him
know?
with the facts.
Yeah. And then my second relationship with love, which was my first husband, who's a wonderful person and everything else, but you don't marry somebody after you were in a relationship where somebody mistreated you, and not mistreated, but like kind of disregarded you. And now this person is doting on you 24/7. There's, love is not either of those extremes.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the not loving yourself one is like that is number one. You actually
Number one,
can't, I mean, everyone says it. It's not like breaking news, but you really can't be in a
you can't.
relationship unless you actually not just love yourself, but you gotta like yourself.
You got to like
A
yourself,
big
respect
part of it
yourself,
too.
love your own company, be
Yeah.
totally cool being by yourself. It has to be a voluntary thing, not a codependency, not a thing where, oh my God, what do I do if you're not here? It's like the only thing I cannot live with out is Harry. That's true.
No, that feels right.
Yeah.
Well, my first relationship taught me that love doesn't have to be so hard.
Yeah.
That's what that taught me. It
Did
was
it teach
about
you that love don't cost a thing?
no, that was my last relationship taught me that love don't cost a thing. Seriously. Like
Yeah.
I thought I was like, oh, I hit the jackpot. Like I have this guy who, comes from money and like has a trust fund and all this stuff. And I thought that that's like what I wanted because I was like, I would like a pretty easy life. That would be nice to just kind of sit back and do nothing.
And just like your mother, you did not value that and you
I
wanted
really
to.
didn't. I was
I
just like,
don't. I don't
this
either. I don't.
sucks.
I
Well, it's
don't either.
also, listen, if it was like, if I really, 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 really loved him and liked him, obviously it's a different story, but I
Right. But
didn't.
it had nothing to do with the
It
money.
didn't.
I went
No,
to
no,
dinner
no,
last
no.
night with Glenda and I'm like, I have had so many opportunities to be with people that are very whatever. And there
And
is
you're just not
just,
into it.
it's too high, high a price to like be with somebody that doesn't really. And then she goes, oh no, I know, me too, whatever. And I'm like, what's wrong with us? And it's like, there's nothing wrong
Nothing.
with us.
If,
There's
if
something wrong
anything,
with everybody else.
yeah,
I've
exactly.
never wanted a Chanel purse so bad. I cannot sleep with someone that I'm not in love with. I cannot do
Yeah.
it. I cannot pretend. I cannot for a job, for a purse, for a vacation, for a ride on a private plane. I cannot. It's not who I am.
No.
And I didn't teach you guys that. And sometimes I joke around going like, I should have told you to marry rich.
Yeah.
And whatever. And I don't regret it. I don't.
Yeah. Same. What's your all-time favorite movie?
Oh, okay, so my favorite
And
movie
don't
is
try to be
probably the
like
same as my favorite books. Like The Great Gatsby is my favorite book. Count of Monte Cristo is my favorite book. My
you like
second
The
favorite
Great
book.
Gatsby, the movie?
The Great Gatsby, the movie, the
The
original
Leo
Robert
one?
Redford
Oh,
one. I
okay. I was
love it.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
not
And
the
then
Baz Luhrmann
Shawshank
one.
Redemption is probably one of my favorite movies. And When Harry Met Sally, if you want like a rom-com.
Yeah, I would say Harry Met Sally is your favorite movie.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
because I
for
think,
for fun, yeah.
well, this is the thing with favorite movies. People always try to be like, I want you to like me telling you my favorite movie is going to tell you so much about me. So I want it to
Oh
be like
no,
important, whatever. When the reality is, my favorite movie is Easy A, starring Emma Stone and Penn Badgley. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Like
right.
it's my favorite
No,
movie.
but my
It's
my
hilarious. It's well
yeah.
done. It's
No, but
perfect.
I like to feel shit. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
do
there's movies
I.
that make me feel um like just whatever. So I love When Harry Met Sally because it's such a memory for us.
Yeah.
We always watched it every
I,
Valentine's
by the
Day
way, never
forever.
really liked it. I mean, it's whatever for
There
me. I
you
don't
go.
care.
Yeah.
I every time it was you, Daddy, and Gotti watching it on the couch, I was like, I'm gonna be upstairs wetting my hair.
And there is one of my defenses for the orange juice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you would hide when people would come over. We had all these dinners and whatever, and you would disappear. You would come back. And I have to say, to your credit, you would come back to clean because you could not
Yeah.
stand anything being a mess,
And
but you would hide.
sometimes I just like couldn't handle people. And by the way, I married a man who does the same exact thing.
Oh my God,
We
yes.
both need our space. We're both Libras. My favorite movie is Easy A or Crazy Stupid Love. And the one that I tell people when I'm like, I really want you to think I'm really cool is Little Miss Sunshine, which is a great movie and I love it so
I don't
much. And
like
it's
any of the
perfect.
movies. God, Crazy Stupid Love is just so, I find it dark, you know? painful. It's
it's
real. It's too real.
exactly.
It's too real. It's too real. When you get
Oh, I
older, you
love
won't
it.
like it.
Okay. I had 2 people ask me, are those your natural nails, acrylic or gel nails, whatever? Here's a life hack for all y'all. Okay.
Those
This
are your nails
summer,
there now.
no,
Oh yeah, you press ups.
I this summer am trying to be more frugal. So instead, I do my nails every 2.5 weeks or whatever. It costs it. I live in LA. It cost me at least $100 with tip and everything. At basically, let's just say it's
Yeah,
$100. It's a lot of money.
a lot of money.
What I have decided to do, this is not an ad, but I'm going to just give it to you. Maybe I'll tag them, but
Yeah, but
I
those are the expensive ones. You buy the
they're
most
not
expensive.
they're not that expensive. I mean, yeah, they're not the drugstore ones, but it's because they last longest. Okay, I go and get my pedicure done, and then I go and get my nails cut, filed, cuticles removed. Okay, it costs maybe like $35 to $40. Okay, and then I buy press-on nails, specifically static nails. They're $18 a pop. They last at least 2.5, 3 weeks. So they say they last 30 days, but I do a lot of stuff. I wash dishes, whatever. Look
You
at these
cook.
nails.
I
Look at
know.
these
It's
nails.
great.
They
No, and they just
literally
kind of
look like
fit.
my nails.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get the round because I want them like you can get a coffin shape, you can get almond, whatever. I want them to look like my nails. When people say, "Oh, what color is that?" and I say, "Oh, it's toasted sugar," I don't say they're press-ons. I'm like, "No, these are my nails. If you think they're my nails, guess what? They're my nails." It saves
Okay.
you so much money
And time. Ugh, I
and
can't stand going to the thing.
time.
I know how to do my own gel nails. I do go sometimes, but I don't go that often. A lot of times I do it myself. Gel, dip. I have the lamp. I,
The
I,
lamp,
you know,
the
I
UV
have the
light.
little lamp. And sometimes I learned during COVID and now I'm like,
Now you're
I'm
into
going to
it.
do it while I'm doing something else, listening to a podcast,
Do you do
listening
your
to
own
a book.
pedicure?
No, I do the best pedicure.
I can't
No,
stand
my
like
pedicure is, I never, almost never go and have them. They don't do the heavy duty Cuban style pedicures at any of those places. I
but
want
the
to,
thing is, like during COVID, I would do my own pedicures,
no,
and I
I
was
do it so
like,
well.
I deeply hate this. Like, if there's one thing I'm gonna pay for, is somebody just like doing my
No,
toes.
no, no. I go and I do it sometimes too, but I have to do a bunch of stuff first
Yeah,
because if not, I'm not
yeah,
going to
yeah,
get
yeah.
what I need out of it. Yeah.
I can't. I want somebody to do it for me. So yeah, not right now, not my real. Normally, I do my normal nails, but static nails, guys, and they have incredible colors. Like, don't sleep on it. This is toasted sugar for anybody who gives a shit.
Okay. Well, tag them.
Okay. Would do you think your sister will ever do an appearance / will she talk about what happened? First of all, Kathy has been on the podcast twice. You can go back. I think it was when the podcast was called Okay Boomer, but those episodes are out there on our Apple and
Yeah.
Spotify, and they're also on YouTube. So if you
And
want to
no,
see
she'll never talk
Kathy,
about what happened.
and no, she won't. And we're gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
Okay. VPR drama is over. Get ready for the new cast of Housewives of New York. Yes, I know it wasn't a question. Like we said last time, my mom is
not
not very
excited about it.
excited. I will watch and I'll give you my opinion, but I think I'm just like feeling this. It's not as exciting for me anymore to talk about it unless something spectacular happens, like unless some VPR stuff happens,
Right. Right.
So yes, I'll watch. I'll
Yeah.
let
I
you
don't
know
think
if
I'll
it's
watch.
worth it.
I mean, I'll watch whatever you watch because we do this and, but I'm not thrilled about it. I kind of forced myself to watch stuff. Like I did want to watch the reunion of Jersey. I wasn't into the reunion of Vanderpump
Yeah.
because it was just so predictable and it's
It was
all
mean.
whatever.
it
And
was
you're a
too
little
mean.
worm and a worm with a mustache. And it's funny, but it's canzón. I don't know.
It's
Spanish.
over. The thing
Yeah,
is,
it's
over.
over. Yeah.
We're done. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
And I'm also like, yeah, whatever.
How's life? Somebody just asked, how's life? And by somebody, I mean Chanel. We love Chanel.
She's so cute.
How's life?
I mean, she knows my life, so you tell her how your life is.
Right now it's good. We got some really good news the other day. John Liam got a job.
Yay!
If you ever have heard of the show on Netflix called Is It Cake? Your boy is executive producing Is It Cake?
Is it cake? Nice. When does he
It's a
start?
huge show.
It is a huge show.
On Monday, and I'm hoping that the timing works out that he can hire me too, because my show is about to end.
Oh, okay. I might hire you.
No.
No. I might hire. No, it's just I discovered somebody. I think
Oh,
He
to
is-
like
He's coming
pitch?
over today. No, I'm not going to
Oh.
pitch. He's coming over today. We're going to meet and do like a kind of chemistry test.
You guys are gonna hook it up?
No, man, he's a kid. It's great. But you know me, I get along better with millennials and whatever than people
Yeah.
my own age. It's just my rapport with people your age and whatever is
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
So, and I
You're young
think
at
he's
heart.
really funny and he's whatever, and I'd love to do something with him. And so, we'll see. I don't know. I have to see in person. I've looked at some of his videos. Nobody really knows him that much yet,
Okay.
but I
We'll just
so
keep
I
us
want to try to
updated.
do a YouTube thing and I need it edited,
Oh, yeah, I can do that for you.
whatever. And so, yeah, but we will pay you.
Okay, great. We
Yeah.
love getting paid. But yeah, life is good. Like things are looking up for us over here, which is good. Yeah. We'll do one more question.
And you've kept a baby alive for a year almost.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Invites for her B-Day are going out next weekend. So
Yeah.
get ready for that in your inbox. I already bought all the stuff for the goodie bags, which is like, I'm being a little cray-cray, I will
Yeah.
say. Like
Yeah.
custom crayons. Whatever. I'm not even gonna. Okay. For Anna,
Crazy.
any ultimate girls trip updates?
No, I mean, not really. I have to tell you that I had, I'm not free to discuss things, but I had an experience the other day that made me realize that Housewives Anything is not the place for me and my mental health. I've said this before, will not allow it. And I thought an ultimate girls trip, 7 to 10 days would be fine. It won't. It will. It won't. I don't. No, you'll see me, do other things, but not, I don't know. I don't think it'll be that, but again, I don't want to say never.
Never,
I'm just
yeah.
not feeling it. I
But
feel the same
never.
way about the whole thing. I don't bring too much into that. I can't just scream at somebody. Like I watch OC and I love Tamra, but I love Tamra because Tamra has become a friend through, over COVID we became, and I like her as a person, but like
On the
what Tamra
show,
brings, it's like, no, because you should have done that and whatever. It's like, when she'll go crazy. I
she
can't
goes
do that
nuts.
because whatever happens in your brain when that happens, I can't come down from that. And so, yeah, I'm not seeing it, but again, never say never, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Jolene just sent me an article that says 10 simple tricks to not get divorced.
Okay.
Life is good, Chanel. Okay. That's it. Those are all the questions. Do you want to
Okay.
do a say this in Spanish, or do you
I
want to
want to
do a
say,
quiz?
yeah, let's do a say this in Spanish.
Okay.
I want you to say,
I'm not going to change my voice this time because I'm like, do I do that?
you change your voice? You don't change your voice. You don't change the
Not right, but like I think I like whatever.
I don't know.
I'm gonna try.
I want you to say, I know I'm very pretty and very smart.
Ugh.
And yeah, I'm very I am self-confident enough to know that I'm pretty and smart. Yeah. No, the other thing
hold on. I am self-confident to know I am pretty and smart.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually think I have this. It's not gonna be exactly that, but it's gonna
No. If you have it, you have it.
It's gonna
if you have it, I'm gonna fall off my chair. But go ahead.
Okay. Yo tengo la confianza porque yo sé que yo estoy linda y inteligente. Is that right?
Que yo tengo yo tengo la confianza para saber que soy bonita e inteligente.
Linda and bonita.
Yeah.
Similar.
Okay.
See, I'm a lot better than you think. Give me a quiz question. I want
a quiz question. Okay. Shit, I had a quiz question the other day, but hold on. Give me a second.
While you think, I'm just going to tell you, I'm starving right now. It's like 9. It was 9 a.m. when we started, but I was like, oh, I'm going to make myself like a breakfast and eat it on the podcast. And I was like, I saw that comment that somebody made of like,
and it's true. I was eating.
Yeah. Well, I think we both were. And I know people have misophonia, so I'm going to not eat But it took
Okay.
everything in me to be like, well, if you don't like the sound of us doing, well, then you can fucking like.
Well, that's something that you have to
That's
learn, because
always my
sometimes you're like,
instinct.
why do you apologize to people? And it's like, no, I really find it
No.
important if you know that you did something.
And it's true. Like, I hate when people chew on podcasts and stuff. I'm like, can you not? But it was like, I hate being told what to do. You know me. I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
I know.
But we hear you. Okay. We hear you in the
We
comments.
hear you. We hear you. We acknowledge.
And we make the adjustments. Okay.
We do.
You're
So
welcome.
what would you have eaten?
I was gonna have an egg McMuffin, like an English muffin with egg and my little cilantro jalapeno sauce, which if you watch Amateur
That you
Cooking
were
with
gonna make?
Beba, it's already made. I make it like almost every other week and I just keep it in a little jar and I put it on everything. It's so
No, I'm talking about the egg McMuffin. You were gonna make that?
Yeah, it takes like 2 seconds to make. I was gonna do it like 5 minutes before we got on. And I was like, no, I'll just shove a banana in my mouth and call it a day. I'm starving.
Okay. Hold
Are you
on.
looking for a quiz question?
Yes, because I really do want to
Searching
ask
high
one, and
and
I
low.
had, huh?
Searching high
Wait.
and low.
What do you mean high and low?
I don't know.
Hold on. Just say something. Sing a song.
Okay. What's the song? Oh, done being a done done being a sad girl. I'm done dating rock stars. From now on, only actors. Tall boys on the Raptors. I'll become an asshole disguised as a bad girl. In my button up shirt, a natural disaster. Hey, you can be my baby, baby, baby. You can be my baby boy, sweet lady. You can be. If you don't
Okay.
know that song, that's Blame Brett by the Beaches, and it's a really, really, really good song.
Okay.
Come on. I just gave you a whole song to think about.
I know.
Oh, you were just texting somebody. I thought you were like looking
No, I
something
wasn't
up.
texting.
I don't believe you.
Okay, this is not a quiz, but what is okay, why do no, this is a question that I wonder if everybody else has. Why do millennials
Oh,
do rapid fire texts one after the other instead of putting everything in a paragraph? Like, explain to me why.
I think I know why. I
Okay.
mean, maybe it's different for everybody. For me, it's like texting is like it's having a dynamic conversation of like ba 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 ba.
So
it's-
hey, one
it's
text. What's up?
Well, it's trying to be like it's trying to emulate, I think, having a normal conversation where it's not like I'm going to be like, hey, mommy, I have a question for you. Do you think that because it'd be like, hey, I have a question. Yeah, what is it? I was wondering, do you
Don't do
feel
that with
sorry
me.
for putting orange juice on my face? Oh, I actually don't really know. You know what I mean? It's more
Okay.
dynamic. I don't like getting a long paragraph because then I'm like, now I feel like I have to like go through this and like answer everything. It's like, and then you can
I
go
wanted to
reply to this one thing, reply to this one thing, reply to this one thing, you know?
Okay. I hate it, so don't do it with me and
You
people that
should
are
do
older.
audio messages. I do that with Marie now. I do it with
Audio
a lot of
messages,
friends.
no, because I don't have your voice.
Yeah, but you do
My
a
voice is not
podcast.
great. I do a podcast, but my voice is shrilly sometimes. Like,
It's
I know
not
that. Yeah, it is.
shrilly.
It's annoying. It's
Okay.
nobody likes their own voice, but you have a great voice. I'm
I
not going
love
to do
my own
audio.
voice.
I like my own voice. You went like an octave down there because you knew that it would make
I
it.
like my own voice.
Do you know? Okay, just one comment I'm going to make. I have very bad insomnia, and the other day I realized, besides like work stuff, what keeps me up, I review all my pet peeves
At night?
randomly when I go to sleep, and it gets me angry. And do you know one of my greatest pet peeves, besides that thing, is when people use the word yummy to describe anything that's not food, and when they use the word yummy even to describe food if they're older than 6. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I love this sweater. It's so yummy.
Oh,
I love this blanket. It's yummy.
I understand that.
I hate it so much, and it keeps me up. And so I want to ask our listeners, what are some of your pet peeves? And send it to us and we'll
We'll read them
it.
on the podcast.
We'll read them on the podcast.
Speaking of pet peeves, but not pet peeves. I was telling
What?
Gati, I found this note on my phone the other day that was like all the things that make me nauseous. And I wrote it when I was having morning sickness when I was first pregnant with Lola. And I don't know why I was keeping a note of this, but do you want to hear the list? It's very short. I think I stopped after a while.
Yeah.
The smell of a breakfast burrito, the smell of chili, the sound of Schitt's Creek music, the sound of TikTok, texts, and the smell of the oven preheating. It's weird.
I think I'm pregnant. I have a lot of pet peeves. When Ken washes the dishes, or like any man washes the dishes, they don't
They leave
rinse the
shit on the
sink, and
sink.
there's
I
little
know.
pieces. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I want to kill that person.
Mhm.
Like, it just makes me very
Well,
angry.
Jolene was at a friend's house the other day, and they like he had made dinner or whatever, and Jolene like was cleaning up and did the thing that he does here where he leaves all the shit in the sink. And it was Graham. And Graham comes over and he goes, "Dude, what the hell?" And he's like, "Do you do
Oh,
this at home?" And Beva's okay with this. And
I love Graham is such a catch.
since that day, Jolene has never done it again. So
Oh,
I'm
really? Because
so I
Graham told him.
I texted him on the side and I'm like, okay, now tell him about vacuuming. That when you vacuum, you got to do the whole house. You can't just do one little section and then leave, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
man,
like, if
Graham.
you, yeah, man, Graham, man,
Graham.
Graham.
Yeah, Graham, we love you, Graham. All right.
All right. That was it,
Well, call
guys.
me later with Lola.
I will. I tried you
'Cause
yesterday. You
I
were
know I
too
was out.
busy. I have a
I
lot
was
of
out.
stuff going on today, but I will FaceTime you later.
Okay.
Guys, follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues the Pod, at Beba_Rod, at Anna Cooks QOOKS. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Listen to every episode. I don't know. Just do all the things, you know.
5-star review.
Oh yeah, leave
and a
a
little review.
review.
Write the review.
And tell us your
Write the
pet
review.
peeves. I don't know.
Yeah, tell us your pet peeves. I want to know. I'm curious.
Yeah. And especially if they're weird. If they're like, I hate the sound of people chewing a podcast, then you can literally fuck a duck, as Tamara said. Okay.
Yes, me, oh, Beba. Okay.
All right.
All right. I
Bye.
love you. Bye.
You.